Good evening. I'd like to call the Special Services Committee meeting to order at 6:15. First item on our agenda is the approval of December 15th, 2022 Special Services minutes. Is there a second? Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2 is our enrollment update.
So you have the numbers with you. And again, looking back and forth, there really isn't significant change from month to month at this point, and things seem to have stabilized between homeschooling or VLATs or some other aspects. So, including the preschool, it's 3,889.
Any questions or comments regarding enrollment?
Just one quick question. Kindergarten starts February 1st, right?
Enrollments,
Registration?
That's what I meant. registration.
yep, registrations, yeah, that was at the full board meeting. I don't have the exact date,
Yeah,
but I
it's
know
not
it's,
right now.
yeah.
All right. Item 3 is our bus update. Ms. Hebert.
So there has been a change in the middle school and high school bus that will be effective January 30th. Unfortunately, we have to collapse another route due to a driver. And so R19 would collapse, and it would go into R7 and it would go into R9. There would be no time changes for R9, and there would be only a 5-minute earlier change for R7.
And that communication will go out to those families.
Yep, like we have done in the past.
Any questions or comments regarding the bus? Thank you. The next item is our special education update by Ms. Reinhardt.
Thank you. So everyone has the report in front of them. The numbers are fairly consistent. We do see a little ebb and flow, but that happens over the course of the school year. I did add, because we're about halfway through the school year, just the breakdown by grade level, preschool, K to 5, middle and elementary through age 21. So really things are fairly stable there. Our out-of-district numbers are fairly stable. What I did note in that section though that is a little different is we are seeing an increase in the number of students that are moved to whether they're foster homes or placements outside of the Rochester School District through DCYF. And this becomes really important simply because, one, the SAU staff is handling it. So we take these meetings, I take a lot of the meetings, some of the other staff take the meetings, and just to know that each child that moves, we anticipate typically 3 to 5 additional special education meetings. And each meeting, once you figure scheduling, having the meeting, paperwork, runs about 8 hours. So it's just added a lot of extra stress and strain and time. Whenever possible, we certainly work to promote those children being placed back into public schools in the town in which if they're placed in a placement. Sometimes that's not possible, but we've worked very hard to say, well, then you're gonna have to transport, because we really wanna keep kids having access to public schools, so when they can come back to us, they can come back to their public school. But we just wanted to make that a note. I do discuss these reports with my office staff and everyone in there to think about things that we just noticed, trends we want people to see, and that's been a really significant trend for us this year, much more so than last year. Any questions on that part? And then the last part, since we had just, I know, had bus contracts for special education come through, I just gave a little bit of information about how transportation gets added to an IEP. And when we think about, in the real most basic version of it, the IEP team says, okay, is the child able to access transportation to school like every other child? So if it's a parent transport, then are they able to access the parent transport? If it's a bus, are they able to access the bus? If not, then what accommodations would be needed? And I did give an example of a child who's visually impaired, who all we needed to do was get yellow lines put on the bus and yellow pieces of tape, right? So they could access the regular bus. Much less restrictive than specialized transportation. And just that kind of, so there's a lot of conversations I think people forget that specialized transportation is pretty restrictive. You're taken away from all your peers, and you're coming in on a shorter bus, and you tend to stand out more as a child with a disability. So that was just some information since we just gone through transportation.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Ms. Reinhardt? All right,
thank you.
Next item is the five-year plan, which, as we mentioned in policy, we're meeting on Monday, so we'll stay tuned. Item 6 is public comment. There being no one from the public, I'll close public comment. Item 7 is other. Anything under other?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.